I recently did Hunter's Guide to Gmod Ponies, and it got me thinking. It got me thinking about my actually quite lengthy career with creating those. So I decided to assemble all of the models that I've actually done, and this is the result. I made every single one of these, and I would like to go over all of these characters, or if not most of them, today. Think of it like an OC showcase or something. I guess we'll start all the way over here with our 10 different hunter models. We'll start with this one in the back. This is the version 1 model because Gmod pony models went through 3 different versions. The V1s, the V2s, and the V3s. This is the V1. The physics on this are terrible, and they had a reputation for wigging out. And you also needed 2 separate models for open and closed wings, which was awful. This over here is the V2, much nicer. The physics were way better. The face posing was a lot nicer, and it was just a better model, and they added the body groups for the wings, finally. You couldn't move them separately yet, but at least you didn't have to switch models. Anyway, then it's Hunter with the stealth suit on. This model ended up in a number of comics. So did Robot Hunter. Robot Hunter is just a reskin of the Rainbow Dash robot, and the wings on that work as well. Costumes, I think I'm going to start with the first costume I did, which was this one. It was the XCOM costume, which was a total, just spur-of-the-moment thing. I decided to sit down and see exactly what I could create, and I ended up with this, and it actually came out pretty good. Even this, I'm still not entirely satisfied with how this came out because the texture's split in the middle, so it's a bit hard to get this right. This is the best I could do. It's got his little name tag there and everything. So the second model I did was Rufus from Deponia. This was the second Halloween costume. This one I was particularly proud of because it came out extremely well, though it didn't garner too much attention from the community. And then we had the assassin outfit. I was really proud of this particular outfit. A lot of people really liked this one, and I actually got to... This was one of the first costumes where I basically could do whatever I wanted. So I came up with this, and it came out really, really nice, and he also has the hidden blades down there. It was very nice. And then this one I tried to go for a bit more accurate sort of thing. This is Anna from Overwatch, back when Overwatch was actually enjoyable. This came out really, really well, and the model you can download for it actually comes with the sniper rifle and the dart gun. It came out really nice. Really nice, because I actually got to use some of the in-game textures for this. It was very, very well done. And then there was the latest costume, the Titanfall outfit. I was really, really proud of this one. It's with the tattoo and the original game textures, which turns out these are too dark, and I am actually considering going back and making these a lot brighter, or just redoing the whole model, because now we actually have Jack Cooper in Gary's mod, and I can actually use that. And this is the V3 model. Now, the original V3 model, the one that I actually used was a gift, but I did actually make one of my own. This one's rigged for goggles, which are not textured, and you can also put the suit on, and also you can pose the wings individually. which was a really nice addition with the V3s. Oh, and Lyra as Goal from Deponia came with the Deponia costume. That was, I think that was a extra thing that I added in there. And it actually has the little computer slot that Goal has in the game. Goal has an incredibly simplistic costume, so this was really easy to put together. It was not hard. Then there was the XCOM stuff. I did a lot of other XCOM characters, because originally I was going to do XCOM Equestria, which was, I actually had it all planned out. It was going to be great. And let's your face, whoever's character this is, if you're out there, yeah, Arya was going to survive till the end. But there was a whole slew of characters that were gonna come in. Big Macintosh, Rainbow Dash. Fluttershy was gonna be the alien interrogator. Applejack lead scientist. No, Applejack was gonna be lead engineer. Twilight lead scientist. Pinkie Pie. Soren was the... Soren actually made an appearance in the few comics that I did. This one didn't come out too good. As you can see, I was trying to figure out male models, and this one just didn't work. I didn't even change the name tag on this one. They all have unique name tags. So, Pinkie Pie, this one is Purgatory. Who the hell named that kid Purgatory? And we also had Changelings. The Changelings, I tried to copy the suit over. It didn't come out too great. But another detail that I added is they all have their own flag, so... The Ponies have the equestrian flag, and Changelings have a Changeling flag that I pulled off the internet. Zebras have a zebra flag. The zebra textures transferred over really nicely. And then we had Commander Luna. Commander Luna's shirt never came out right, so I just tried to get it as best I could, because I was becoming impatient with it. Octavia... because this was around the time that V3 models were finally starting to appear. You know, Wildfire over there. So yeah, whole load of cool characters. Alright, going into these now. We have Scarlet Harmony. She is on the, this is a Comet Trails Tumblr. And then also we have Comet herself. And Comet is actually rigged with an entire Megamine outfit, so I can put that on piece by piece if I so desire. I could also remove the bow. I could also take off her tail and mane if I so desire, because I have two different settings for that: tail, mane. Like, if I wanted to put on power armor, I can just take the tail off and the mane, because that's going to make it look a million times better. We won't have the hair clipping through the thing. And then we have this guy from the tutorial, who is actually the third character that are going to be joining these two in the series in the very near future. Brass Bolt. It took me a second to remember his name. Then we have these three. We have Babby Comet. Which this model is a real pain in order to pose, because the legs are really tiny and they have multiple joints in the legs, I might add. It's a multi-joint leg, and it's awful. The original what is it called? The original Dragon Lily. Sorry, the original Dragon Lily was a gift, and it didn't even have the stable suit. This is the newer V3 Dragon Lily, and I would pull out the two models that I did make for Dragon Lily, because I made two other models. But I just integrated the skids into this one, so Also, this one's broken, so that only this eye works with the pupil resizing. But this one has 3 skins. We have standard, we have the stable suit, and then we have the armored stable suit. And the armored stable suit is just some knee pads, this little shoulder armor piece, and then there's like a vest on underneath the suit. This is the V3 version of Matt. The V1 version of Matt was not made by me. This one's rigged with goggles. And on the Tumblr, we see him wearing power armor, so I can remove the tail and the mane if I have to. Posing the wings. Over here we have Dragon Lily's mom and dad. We have what's her face? Blossom. We have Blossom. She has pupil resizing, but not much else. Then we have Crackshot. He has pupil resizing, not much else. This is my interpretation of Zenith from Fallout Equestria. I came up with the original model for Zenith. And Zenith is described as having all these scars, so I just basically took a tool I had access to at the time. I forget the name of the application I was using, but it had this really cool looking scarring tool, so I went ahead and I used it, and it actually came out really good. Alright, moving on. This here is Rivet Bolts, which is a character I adopted from an adoption sheet, and I put her on the Tumblr. This model that I created for her, she actually came out really cute. I like working with Rivet Bolts, and I am regretful that I don't use her more often. So this here is Molly. Molly is one of my very favorite characters to work with, because Molly is psychotic. I love working with Molly. She is she's an ex-raider that owns a gun shop in the series. She's actually rigged for headphones. I've retextured them to look like noise-canceling headphones like when she's on a gun range or something. This particular one has a tail ring, and the jacket comes off. There is another model that didn't have the jacket, and that is... it's around here somewhere. There it is, way over there. Yeah, she's one of my very favorite characters to work with. And over here we have Sprocket, basically Lily's dad without actually being her dad. And then we have Hunter's mom and dad. We have Skygazer and Windmist. General Dark Talent, which is basically just a reskinned Gilda, because even when the V2s came out, Griffin retexturing was overly simplified to the point where the texture files are too small to actually do anything with. And of course there aren't any new models. Big Macintosh with a military outfit. This actually isn't the Big Macintosh model. There is a dedicated model which is taller than every other horse. You can see that right here. That's a knife. This is just him with a military outfit that I put together. This is a character named Crimson. Crimson is, well, she was with Hunter during the war, so we have 2 different models for that, her in her military uniform and non-military uniform. This was a character that I updated to a V2 without consulting the original person, and I surprised the crap out of them with a comic. So if you read the comics, you know this guy. This is Goose. And people ask me, why is he named Goose? He's named Goose because geese are honking feathered shitbags that feel the need to be in control of everything. And that just fit his personality really well. Also, there was a character Goose in Adventure Time, and I just wanted a character named Goose it just sort of fit. I love working with Goose. Goose is a very fun character to work with. Because, like, he's crazy. He's a tiny kid who's basically a raider boss. I want to flesh him out a little bit more, like, maybe make him a little bit more likable. People already like him from the bathroom thing that we did with him. Oh, it's such a fun character to work with. Over here we have Mayor Laura, is the mayor from the Ask the Wasteland Ponies Tumblr. She's only appeared twice. I really want to work with her more. She looks really good. I'm very happy with how she came out. She's a very good looking character. Over here we have, I forget the name of this one. I have the thing open with all the names here. Hold on. This is Prague. Prague is, well, it was the OC of the person in charge of the Fallout Equestria game, and then they quit. But they kept the model. And there's a V1 and a V2 for this one. I did a V1 and then updated it to a V2 because they asked. And so I was doing commissions on these, believe it or not. Like, there was a time where I was actually making these for people. I did it for free. I definitely should have charged, though. I mean, have you seen those Halloween costumes? I could charge more for those. A Bionic Commando pony. I was pretty into Bionic Commando at one point, and so I came up with this. This is the this is my interpretation of a ponified Bionic Commando from the I think it was a 2007 or 8 game. This I'm not too proud of this, but apparently people say it came out really good because it has the cord going into his back. It has the robotic leg, and then the FSA logo there. FSA tattoo. The iron boots, which negate fall damage. And then just a shirt. I'm not too particularly proud of this one, but a lot of people really liked it. So, and actually underneath the hoof there's like a port for the grappling hook, like where the cord would shoot out of. Can't really see that. This is an OC called Wolf, which was another commission that I did for someone in the Fallout Equestria game group. Willow, who is, for those of you who have been with the stream a really long time, will remember Willow, who is, she's an awesome person. I miss her, and I want her back in my life. The Brony Show characters, I did these two. These are the V2s that I did. Those are completely custom eyes. That, it was my first chance actually working with custom eyes. There was a V1 model of this one. I updated it. Actually, I think this is the V3, and the V2 was broken for some reason. A number of these are broken just due to age. And then D-pad here was my first chance actually working with custom eyes. I wasn't too it wasn't too particularly proud, but they seemed pretty happy with them. This is Butterscotch. Butterscotch is like my oldest OC. She has appeared in like 3 different forms of media. How crazy is that? She originally wasn't mine. She appeared in Fallout Equestria Old World Renegades, which was the story that I was publishing and then ended up taking over and then abandoning. I felt really bad, so I still had plans to bring Skylight back, and Butterscotch here, she appeared in Fallout Equestria Black Sky, and then she appeared in the Tumblr, which is where she currently calls home. this is actually a completely custom cutie mark. In fact, I think it's the same cutie mark as Scarlet over here. It is. It is a completely custom cutie mark. I actually made that one myself. So yeah, look, that one's very nice. This is the V2 homage that I made. There was a V1 homage. This is a Fall Equestria character again. There was a V1 homage that I updated with a new main just to look more akin to Vinyl Scratch, because she's a Vinyl Scratch reference. And this main was a bit more accurate. It's actually a combination of two mains. You can see the Lyra main and then the original Luna main off to the side here. This came out pretty good. I did the V2 Little Pip, and people were content with that all throughout the age of the V2s. This one's tail is broken, however. I don't know how that happened. I move around a lot of files while making these characters, so it's very likely that it just broke. The Barding version isn't broken, though. This is the V2 Barding version that I created. The Stable Barding, this one, it doesn't even have the 2 on it. There's like 5 other versions of Little Pip that weren't made by me now. And a lot of them are better, and Pip has since been updated to the V3. I was gonna update her to the V3, but then that never happened. I did V2 Blackjack, though. V2 Blackjack came out exactly the same as V1 Blackjack. There's a V2 Calamity. This is the V2 P21, Velvet Remedy, and Morning Glory. I did all 3 of those in Calamity and Zenith back there, and then released those 5 in a pack. Oh, and along with Homage. So those 6, and then released all of those in a pack, and people really seem to enjoy that. The most downloaded pack is the XCOM pack, which is all of those, along with a reskinned Pelican from Halo to act as a Sky Ranger, and I think there is a robot with those as well. So yeah, that's those. And then we have the top row here, the original version of Molly, which is actually a reskin of another character I don't know the name of, but she has shades that she can put on. This is just a V1 model. Shot Glass, which was a commission. Cooter Sneeze, commission. Ember, Steelhoof, Wolf. Champagne is Marcus's character, and this was actually, it's an interesting story, Champagne. At one point, her and Hunter were actually going out, and it was a whole big roleplay thing that we were doing, not for very long, but eventually this model was made, and it actually came out super cute. So cute. This was Duncan's character, Crystal Globe. Steve's character, I forget the name of. And then there's V2 Hunter. So yeah, I've done a lot. A lot. Like, each of these takes maybe an hour or so. The costume ones obviously take a lot longer. And then there's, every now and then I have one that takes a little bit longer because extra steps or something. I think Comet took a few extra hours just to get the costume to work right. But yeah, that is every character that I have made, like, ever, in Garry's Mod Ponies. It's crazy. This actually isn't the full extent of my reskin work. This is just all the horses and zebras, a couple griffins, and 2 changelings. But yeah, it's crazy, right?